Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm starting like about 3 minutes late because the network was really trying to be funny. So, I'm going to type in the topic for today. Mhm. Hi, Karimat. Oh my god, I'm trying out. Hi, Karimat. Yeah, hi, good evening. This is weird. I'm trying out different Instagram filters. Sorry. Okay. Hi. So I'm just waiting for a couple of people to join in and then we'll start like the Instagram live, like proper. Hi Della, good evening. Hi. Let me wave to everybody. So I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join and then so we start the conversation. It's supposed to be a very short conversation. Hi, alright. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Hi Shay. Hi, Taslim. Oh my god, I sorry, I'm trying to look for a good filter. Okay, this looks pretty dark. You know what? How do I remove the filter? Okay, so we're going to join Aries. So we're just going to start now. I'm going to be talking with Karima today about advocacy. Karima is doing an amazing work of advocating using poetry, and I really like her poem. If you've not watched our Democracy Day poem, you should totally watch it. And please let me know if you can hear me properly, like if there's any problem with the audio. So I'm going to accept Karimat's requests now to join. Trying to accept a request to join. But please let me know if you can hear me. Hi, Zuna. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to accept. So I've accepted a request. I'm waiting for her to join in. So it's going to be a pretty short one. Like I know I said this all the time, and then it's longer, but it's going to be just 30 minutes or less. So I'm waiting for Karima to join. I think she has issues with her network. Hi everyone. I hope you had a good day. How was your day today? You can actually tell me in the comments. Oh, Della, thank you. Zuna, you're fine. I'm sure you're fine. Della, thank you. Thank you. So I think Karima has issues with her network. I'm hoping it gets better. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm feeling myself. Oops. Can you hear me? Your network is breaking a bit. Can you hear me? Oh my God. She has network issues. Um, so I'm trying to wait for her to like sort of get her network issues sorted. I'll try to remove her from the call better. So I'm just going to add her manually. Okay. Um, I can't seem to find her, so I'm waiting for her to probably join again. I think she has network issues. No, I don't know what to say. You can just tell me about your day. I had a good day. Been indoors all day. How are you doing? How is Corona treating you? While we wait for her to sort issues with her network. It's weird that we're just here. We're quiet. Hi, Dami. Hi, Hoing. Waving to you. Um, Today I'm having a conversation. Like, if you just joined, I'm having a conversation with Karimat, and she's going to be talking about advocacy. So we're going to be talking about advocacy, democracy, speaking for social change. And I think she was one of those people that I saw her work and I was so inspired. I was like, oh, if my classmates is doing something like this, I think I can act too. So I'm trying to wait for her to join. So So I'm trying to wait for her to join us. I can't seem to find her. I think it's our network. Um, I can't seem to find her right now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to end this call and then try to contact her to see, like, to find out which issues she has with her network. Oh, okay, she's back. So I'm not going to end it again. Hi, Toby. Good evening. Okay, so let's try this. It's going to be really fast. Okay. Hi, Padewumi. Hi,
Sorry.
hi. That's fine.
Good evening,
That's fine.
Fair.
Yes, okay. I'm happy. I'm happy the network is functioning properly now.
Yes, I have, because Instagram network is, I don't know, it doesn't really work well with my network.
Yeah, I
So
had
I've been
issues
really
joining
praying.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to see you again. And you look so beautiful at night. Oh.
I don't even get out. I do makeup at night, and then next thing I'm going to go and wash my face after this. I'm like, what a waste of makeup. But you look
Oh
very
my.
beautiful too, as usual. Like like I feel like your turban thingy inspired me. The head scarf. So I was like, you know what? I think my friends look this good on it. I should try it. And so far, I mean, it's working.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So let's
It's
just
good to
get
be
into.
here with you this
Yes,
night.
it's good to be with you too. Yeah. So let's just get into the conversation. So I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself, and like talk
Yep.
about what you've been doing.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Karima Odebode and I'm a performance poet. I'm also a gender rights activist. I'm passionate about poetry, culture, and most importantly, I'm passionate about the girl child and the woman's folk. Yeah, so that is what I do. Yeah. Poetry and an activism.
Okay, so primarily poetry and activism. I already said I to you. You're saying I again. I want to say Della. I think she said I to you, Karima. So maybe not I to
Hi
me.
Della.
Okay, so let's talk about your Democracy Day video. So what inspired that? Like what inspired saying, you know what, I want to create poetry around this thing. What inspired that?
Okay, I think the most, I don't know, something that cuts across all writers is because they want to use their tool, they want to use their talent to talk about something. So there is always an advocate in a writer that is something about it. And then as a Nigerian, we all know what is happening, we all know how we are not so cool with how the government are and then everything. So I felt that this is like the only tool I have to, voice out how I feel about my country. I mean, the June 12 the prom was about Nigeria, about police brutality, about rape, and so many things our government are not getting right. So I felt that was like, I think I have this too. I mean, I do not have the liberty or opportunity to be in the House of Assembly or be in the House of Senate. This is one thing I can use the power I have. That is the power of writing, and I'm making a video or writing a poetry that is centered around calling for good governance, and then projecting what June 12 really stands for, and that is
That's
democracy and good governance.
Yeah, that's amazing. I wrote down my favorite line, one of my favorite lines, actually the one you posted on Instagram where you said, I would tell them that electricity was still a luxury and that we still
Yes, it
rejoice of
is.
NEPA. So that was like super, like I really like that line. I was like,
Okay.
Karima really has a way with words.
I think I really like that line. So one thing about it is that this is 9 o'clock already, and then I'm not so sure. Okay, there is light currently. I'm not so sure the next minute they are not going to take the light. And I
Yeah,
have
the
to just
lights can go off at
stand
any
by.
time.
I have to just take my lamp
Yeah,
just
just
in
in case
case,
that happens.
because this is Nigeria. I mean, electricity is still a luxury, and then it's really crazy that children of this century, I mean, of this age, dating back to like 3 years or 4 years, the first thing or the first phrase they are really they
They
see
let
clearly is
up, then
up
have to say up
NEPA.
NEPA, yeah, right?
Do you have to beg a government to give us light, to give us the basic amenities? These things are basic amenities. It is not a luxury, but unfortunately it is a luxury in Nigeria, and then we need to do better. They need to do better, and we all need to do better.
So what was that one thing that, sort of inspired, like, so, like, we all live, like, in this system, in this, like, we all live in a country that is not working. But what was that thing that said, you know what, I want to sort of dedicate my poetry to talk about social issues. Like, I want to use my voice for that. Like, what was that? What was that moment? Like, what sparked that? What was the inspiration?
Okay. I wouldn't pinpoint it to something in particular, but everything in about Nigeria would want you to stand for something. It's either you stand for a thing or you don't stand for anything. So apparently, I felt that I do not want to be on the side of people who are indifferent or who do not stand for anything. Because if you do not stand for a thing, you are going to fall for something. So it's better for me to just stand the side of people who believe so much in this country, who believe so much in the vision and the mission of good governance, and then using my voice, using everything I have. Advocacy as a tool to pursue and then push this goal. So basically, it's just about me wanting to be a better person, a better Nigerian, a better African. So really, I just have to do this because I have to do this. At the end of the day, posterity will speak of us. What did you do? Were
Yeah,
you part
what
of
did
the
you
people?
just
Exactly.
complain?
Were you one of the people that just complain? Part of people that it's going to be better, or one of the people that really did something? Either you going out there, to protest, either you going out there using your voice on social media, that is also something. Or you're part of those people that join an organization, or you're part of those people that run for political office. So really, we have to just choose a cause. We have to stand somewhere so we don't fall for anything. That
So
was
what
the
so what are some
major
of the
thing
ways
that day.
that what are some of the ways that you think that young people can lend their voice to, saying that we have a system that doesn't work and we want to change it? So in which ways do you think people can participate?
Oh, okay, really. So the thing about Nigeria is a crazy country. They're all crazy. The point is, if you are determined to change the system, they might frustrate you out of it or find a way to just tell you, see, it's okay. I think I'm not ready to do this. I'm not ready to die for this country. So as young people, we need to just sit back and look at what we have to do. Why are we really coming out? Why do we want to stand for this thing? Are we standing because we are tired? Are we standing because we want to just be part of this thing? We just want our voices heard, or we want to really make that change? So really, the first thing is for us to, identify why we want to stand up,
Yeah,
and then
why
for us
why?
to exactly. And then there is no one way to the marketplace. There are a lot of people. Yoruba would always say Onokon Waja. So there are different places. There are different routes to a marketplace. So basically, you just have to, choose the side, you are mostly passionate about. There's a whole lot about governance. Are you passionate about, what are your tools? Identify that, and then what are you most passionate about and stand for that. So as young people, passionate about doing something for this country, making their voices heard, you have to identify your major reason why you want to do that. After that, you have to identify your authentic voice, and then you have to, this is the tool I want to. Do I want to, join politics like an active politician, run for the House of Senate or run for the House of Assembly, or you want to be part of the people that are checkmating the people that are there? We have writers that always checkmating people. So that is one way
Yeah.
of advocacy. Or you want to be in the civil society, while you don't even want to be in the government, but you want to be in those other people that formulate policies that work, and then always checkmating the government on making this thing work. So basically, it's just you finding what works best for you, and then using. There is no one way to making change. There are a whole lot of ways to making change, and this is one of the way to make change.
Yeah, right.
You
Like a
talking about
conversation.
issues.
Yes, we talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there's something that I said that really stuck with me, and the question talking about why. I remember they said that there was this, like, I wouldn't want to put names to it, but this certain person that was saying, "Oh, you know what? We need a revolution in Nigeria. We need a revolution," And then when he was really asked, like, what does that revolution look like? What do you mean by that revolution? He was unable to pinpoint exactly what that revolution meant. And I think
Initially,
it's so important that we know our why. Like, if I say I want things to change, why do I want things to
definitely.
change? And also, I think to get an education in the problem, like, don't just say, like, try to understand what the problem is. Because I feel
True,
like
right?
there's a lot of talking, but there's so little, like, of understanding. So, what I want to actually take my time to even read about this to sort of have an understanding, around the subject,
Of
and
it.
to say what is
True.
my why. And like you said, there are so many ways to come to that table, that there's not just one way, there's not just one
There's
method.
not just one,
Yeah, there's
right?
not just we don't just have one method of making change. And I also like what you said about writing, about authors. I feel like the writing scene, and I think many people have criticized as well, that the writing scene in Nigeria is not so critical, right? So people do not really want to
Definitely. It
yeah,
seems like politicians have, they're not
yes,
inviting the writers to the table.
yeah,
And then,
sort of,
like they
but
always
yeah.
say, exactly, where you hit, you don't want to talk back about it.
Yes, and some
So
of but
that is
people's voices. And although another
true.
time I thought about, like, so I remember it was Nathan that tweeted something about how people are not being very sincere about what they want to write. And I'm like, Nigeria is that's like a very interesting place. And I'm like, if I write something now and then the next thing I'm arrested and I'm not found, now my biggest hope or my biggest fear is I hope my keyboard friends will go beyond the keyboard and actually look for me. Not like who help me trend hashtag for 2 to 3 days
True.
and then they'll forget me and everybody will move on. Like, I hope that people actually go beyond the keyboard and say, you know what, I'm going to stand for this person. So I think that's one of the reasons why people are like, okay, no, 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 no. I'm not
I
absolutely sure I want to lend my voice to this thing.
I get your point. I can actually relate with this. So when I wanted to, release the June 12 video, I wrote this poem like 2 years ago. I mean, this is like the third year or the second year. And then I had this anticipation video. My mom saw it. And then I was supposed to release it before 12 o'clock the other day. But then the person handling the video was not, we were trying to make some changes. And then the next question my mom had was, why are you not uploading this thing? They've contacted you not to upload it. I'm like, wait, calm down. No one is contacting, no one is threatening not to do it. And I did not abuse any politicians on the video. So you just calm down. No one is, I will still upload it. So basically that's something about Nigeria. I mean, we all this most of our politicians, they have this ego problem. You don't talk down to or you don't talk down on them. They don't want to hear, they don't want you to talk to them about what they are doing wrong. So it's one of the problems we have, and then I just hope that it doesn't move down to our generation. I mean, we should be there to listen to the people we are governing. I mean, the people that are supposed to be I mean the citizens, not we just being the king, the chief makers, and the everything. We don't have to decide on everything. We need to get feedback from the people and then be ready to listen to them.
Yeah, I think I feel like I remember I constantly remember this quote I saw about how Nigerians are super docile and we can even be led by a cockroach. And
Yes.
like I think about it all the time. And but it's glad that like we're growing a voice and then we're learning to actually sort of speak against these things, to say, we don't like something and we're going to be very vocal about the fact that we don't,
Definitely.
yes, that we don't like it. So can you talk a little bit about, so I know, like, you started this thing as a student on campus and then you work with one, and then when you got like the opportunity, like, to travel to Brazil. Oh my God, I can't pronounce it right. Forgive my Yorubaness. Anyway, so can you talk about how that was like for you to say, okay, well, like I started this thing right in one corner,
Yeah.
right, in the Ileife, and I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting a chance of represent Nigeria, represent Africa on the global table. So what was that like for you?
Yes, so let me just smile. Okay, I think I'm now in Brussels right now, sitting at the European Parliament. Yeah, let me sit properly now. Okay, yeah, so it just started like, okay, this is me doing something I like doing. And then I really did not know how I know how I got there. It is just being passionate about this thing and then ready to prove my all. So me getting into one was amazing. It's a different thing entirely to get into one campaign, and then it's another thing for you to be really efficient, and then for them to be able to trust a whole organization into your hands. Like, okay, we trust you to go over there, to go to the to Brussels and speak for one in Africa. So really, when I got to Brussels, my trip from Nigeria to Belgium, it was still it was still like, I don't know, probably like an euphoria. I mean, am I really on this plane to Belgium? Because it was just a very short, it was a very, very fast thing. This minute, I'm receiving a call, you have to represent us, blah, blah, blah. Next minute, I'm in Lagos trying to get my visa. And then at a point, it seems I was not going to get a visa because, I don't know, the embassy, they were sending me some mail. And then next moment, okay, you've gotten your visa, you have to move from Lagos to Abuja, then from Abuja to Brussels. I'm like, okay, so this is really, really big then. Yeah, so let's fast forward to being at the European Parliament. So it was an opportunity for me to, rethink about why did I start this thing. It's not another luxury travel. It was just it's like a task. I mean, telling me that I cannot afford to fail. This is it telling me that I need to, be more than this. So many people are now looking, I mean, they're looking at you to do well and do it right. I mean, that is like
I mean, you're
the
representing the
key thing.
continent.
Do right. So it was an opportunity. It's also a lesson in the sense that whatever you are doing, you just have to be passionate about it, because you really don't know who is watching, and you really don't know where this thing is going to take you to. And then it's like I would always say, it's always a step. It doesn't come overnight. It is a gradual process and all that. So I was able to, meet with so many people, share ideas. I mean, people from different African countries also. I'm representing some other organizations, and then spoke with some European, because it was the European Youth Week, and then I was able to learn a lot. My short visit to Brussels, I was able to learn a lot, and I was able to see advocacy in a different light. Now, this is advocacy in such a way that this is how we are supposed to do things. Are we doing things based on we want to just talk, or we are doing things based on we want to demand for something? Now, in one, we always believe in something. You should have a action. I mean, so what is your action? I'm trying to remember the words. I think it's something like what are your action points? What are you demanding? Are you just shouting without having
Yeah, exactly. I
something
think
you're
it's so
shouting
important
for?
to not
It
just
is
be
so
shouting.
important. So while you are out there saying a story, okay, are you just saying the story because you want people to hear you? So at the end of the story, there should be the key action points. Okay, I am demanding for justice, and I'm also demanding for social inclusion. So those are your asks. So really, it was a very important lesson I was able to derive from my journey down there, and then an opportunity to see the world and to leave my Ile-Ife city and my Ibadan origin. Yeah.
Okay, so I will talk about other things that have been very prominent in poetry. So I think I'll start by talking about how, like, your love for Ibadan, like, why you, I mean, like that. I really like that poem. I think that was one from at that point really blew up, and everybody was
Yeah.
talking about it. And then, so I also talk about, because another recurring theme in your work is, you talk about feminism a lot, and
Yeah.
I know it's like for some people it's like the F word they don't want to hear. But I feel like at this point, and with many things that have happened in Nigeria this year, I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to be viewed as an angry, unreasonable person if
Yeah.
I choose to identify feminism. So can you talk a little bit about that and why it was so important for you to constantly talk about it in your work?
Okay. One thing I would always say is you have to have an origin. I mean, where are you from? There is something about it. I mean, I'm not talking about the spiritual sense of it, but then there is something physically spiritual about you having a love for something and then holding your love for it. I'm so passionate about my state. There's so many stories about Ibadan. And then it's really, really so interesting when I learn about this thing. I mean, there are so many lessons. If you ask me about Ibadan, I mean, there are a lot of people that are so passionate about Nigeria, about Ibadan, and they are ready to give their all. We have prominent people like the Efusheto Aniwura. She was a powerful person, and one of the things I do not like about it is that the history did not on my
Yeah, right.
network. No,
History
no, no,
erased
not this
that.
time.
Yes, I can hear you. Don't worry.
Oh
The video
my.
is not good, but the audio is working. Don't worry. Let's just coast it. Let's see how it goes. So now I cannot hear you. The audio. I think I'm going to need to type this. I can't hear you. Who's mm, so okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove Karima from the call to be way better. Okay. So hopefully the audio will be better this time around. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, Shami.
Yes, I'm back. So
Yeah,
let
I'm
me
back.
just jump right into conversation. So something about Efushetu Adura was she was an entrepreneur. She had so many businesses, and then she was a powerful woman. She was even part of people that when there is war in Ibadan land, she has this army of people that she give to them and support them in times and all that. But it's quite unfortunate that this kind of person that supported her hometown history was not so good to her. Is it because she's female, or I really don't understand how that is. So really, when you learn about your history, like I know for a fact that you are passionate about Africa. You're one of the people that are passionate about Africa and then about history. So really, we have to be passionate about something. That is one of the reasons I'm passionate about my hometown. Yes, I'm talking about my poetry. Feminism has done a whole lot, has done so many good things for Nigerian women. So I saw something somewhere that there are two type of women in Nigeria. There are the feminists and there are the normal Nigerian women, which I really subscribe to. The feminists are really making things happen in Nigeria. I mean, we've been seeing so many things, and then it's not that we don't have women in politics in Nigeria. The point is we don't have women who are ready to, not make their voice. I mean, go with the system. When you just get yourself involved with politics in Nigeria, you see some women that they are like gate holders.
Some
They are
like the
they are the
gatekeepers,
ones
yeah.
gatekeepers of patriarchy, and then you keep on wondering, are you not a woman? Are you not supposed to fight for the women folks? So really, why feminism is really prominent in my poetry is because I'm passionate about the girl child, and I feel that is one of the reasons I should, I mean, that is one of the outlet I can, let my voice be heard, and I should not be ashamed of being a feminist. I mean, it's not. Yes, and then another thing about feminism is that people think that if you're a feminist, you have to be bitter, you have to be angry. Yes, there are not two ways to do things. There are bitter feminists, there are angry feminists, there are gentle feminists. There are no one way to do this, and it is very, very right for you to, do your feminism the way you want to do
Yeah, the
it.
way we best
So
understand
far
how to
that
express yourself.
exactly, so far that you are still on the, you are still standing on the tenet of feminism, which is to fight for equal rights, for the social, economy, and political right of women. So really, there is no one way to do feminism. Just do feminism your own way. Let them call you bitter, let them call you hungry. And I think I like the word anger because the anger is the first way. I mean, it is like a pro. I mean, for you to do something, it is telling you that you have to be
Yeah.
awake. You have to be
Yeah.
angry before you do
Yeah, it's an
something. If
emotion
you're
that can
not
be processed to create a lot of good.
exactly, if you're not angry, I mean, you are not ready to make change. So you have to be angry. Anger is not a negative word to me. I mean, it's one of the like key emotion I think I like. When I'm hungry, I think I can do something. I was angry when I decided to wake up one day and then listen to so many things. They killed another girl in Ibadan, and then I was angry that day. Like, no, this is the height of it, and that was one of the things that pushed me to um speak with some other people, and then we just had to have this process and let our voices be heard. So really, your hunger is valid, and you have to it has to push you to make some change.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that some things that we reiterate from what you said is when you talk about how much you love Ibadan, and when I relate that to the whole of Nigeria as a whole, I think it's important that first of all we sort of like develop an identity where we even like this place. You know, a lot of times like people are like, I don't even like, I don't even like this place in the first place. And I know sometimes it's difficult to like this place the way it is now, but when we dig into
Yeah,
history, you find so many amazing stories, and you're
tell
like, oh,
about
like,
it.
and so those stories give you something to be proud of, something to own, and something to want to fight for. And so I think that's important. We're talking about advocacy, working for social change. That the first thing is that I need to educate myself. I need to learn a little bit, about the history of this place. So I'm learning about the history of Nigeria. I'm learning about the history of, any group I'm from or where I'm from. And I'm saying I
Yeah,
want to own it. I mean, you
definitely.
can't fight for what you don't love. Like you can't, at least you can't bring your all to it.
Definitely.
And I think that when
You
it comes to, feminism in
definitely.
Nigeria, I think that feminists are making a lot of change happen. I'm seeing, more states
A whole
adopting the
lot.
Violence Against Persons Act, and then hopefully we'll be able to, sort of repeal child, laws that permit, like parts of the penal code and all that permit child
Yeah.
marriage. So I feel like that's the work of feminists. We're actually making change happen in Nigeria,
We have
and yeah,
Nigerian feminists are really making changes, and it's
yeah, we're moving the pole.
good. This is
Oh
a good
yeah,
time to be a feminist. Yeah. Education. Thank you so much for starting solidarity of the biggest advocacy
I don't know what they're
youth
talking about.
advocates in Nigeria.
Oh my god.
Definitely, I am serious.
I talk about
So
things
she's
I'm
one of the
interested in. It's
young.
just simple.
She's one of the young advocates she look for in Nigeria. She's doing her amazingly well. Thank you so much for joining our live chat. So you and
Yeah, Aisha said, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, we have network issues. So I'll just, okay, yeah. Oh, awesome, awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you
I
very
just
well.
want to try to read some of the comments. Yeah, I think Mr. Dotman said there's nothing like gentle, angry feminism. Feminism is feminism. Yes, it is. And then it's Nolua said everyone too. And Aisha said it's very important. Um, Yeah, Naisha also said that there are many beautiful places to visit as a whole in Nigeria and Africa. Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful places because I feel like we cannot love something we don't really know. So the first thing is that we need to know it. We need to explore the history. I Adisori, I Ayomide, I Ladori. Yeah, so we're back.
I'm back.
Yeah. So I was just trying to read some of the comments and say, yeah, like all these things are valid. We need to and anger, like I feel like anger is this thing that you can channel. So the first thing is that I'm angry about something, I don't like it. We have a rape demic. I always call it a rape demic in Nigeria. So
Yeah,
we
it
have,
is.
yes, an epidemic of rape, and it's okay if I'm angry. The next thing is how can I process my anger? What can I do with this anger? Which actions can I take? So I think it's very important for every single person to say, you know what, there's something I can do. And I think that's one of the things I'm really impressed about with your work. That poetry is a tool that you have. And you're saying, oh, I'm using my
Yes, it
poetry.
is.
For me, I like to talk. I can't stop talking. I really enjoy talking. So I'm like, I'm going to lend my voice to these conversations and bring as many people as I can to say, let's talk about these things. Because I feel at least we're talking about it. People say talk is cheap,
Yeah,
but talk is
definitely.
something.
Yeah, we have to talk about it
Yeah.
before people know about it. I mean, like you rightly said, someone was telling me that they don't understand how this word is coming, that why they were, they were young. I was talking with an older person. There's no case of rape, there's no case of a father having,
Wow.
raping the daughter. And I'm like, no, that
That's
is a
not
lie.
true.
This thing happened. It happened because people were not talking about it. They felt that let's just keep mum about it. But no, we are not ready to keep mum about this. We want everybody to know that these things are happening and it's injustice to the victim. So really, you talking about something is the first step to get people to know about it and also finding a solution to it. So talk is not cheap. Talk is
Yes.
one of the way we can get things done. And
Yes.
get to where we want to go
And
to.
I feel like every negative propaganda in the world, so whether it's narcissism, oh my god, that just in how that, yeah, and I think it's narcissism. And when you talk
Yeah,
about any
narcissism.
kind, it's there with words. People have to say something to inspire people to believe them,
Definitely.
to follow them, to carry out their dictates. So I believe that words are very important. So yeah, I said 30 minutes. I
Very
was sort of like,
important.
so we're on 30 minutes
Let
mark.
me
So finally, yeah. So finally, what words would you like to leave people with regards to advocacy, learning their voice? So what would you like to say in conclusion?
yes, so I really don't want to end this conversation because it is really going. I love talking to you. So advocacy is not a one-way street. You can always start advocacy in the corner of your room. You can, make a change with your cell phone. You can make a change in the family unit. I mean, that's like the smallest unit in the society, but that is like the most powerful unit in the society. So really, it can start from a conversation with your parents, and I mean, at the dining table, maybe after a meal, and you telling them that it is okay. You don't have to contribute to the rape culture. We all know what rape culture is. Rape culture is, you don't necessarily have to rape before you subscribe to the rape culture. You just telling a lady that, oh, see how well you are dressed, see how you are dressing, why wouldn't they rape you? You can start your advocacy from your dining table. Have a talk with your parents. Tell them that when you don't have to, I mean, tell them that this is what you have to say when somebody is raped. You don't have to condemn the victim. Let us condemn the perpetrator. That is where your advocacy starts from. You don't have to start on a very big a very
Yeah,
big
like a large
I mean,
stage.
platform.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you have to be passionate about it. Have a stand. You have to stand for something and then be passionate about it. Most importantly, you have to believe in yourself. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, why would you believe in something? You have to, just start. And then yes, and then the most important thing is you have to start. If you don't start, you will not get somewhere. You have to have a beginning before you can get to the middle of the road and get to the end of the road. Yeah, I think that is all I have to
Okay, so
say.
I'm just going to do a
Thank you.
recap. And you said, the first thing is that don't wait until you have a large stage. I think one of the things that kills us, you'll be like, oh, when I have a large following, people will be like, when God blesses me, when I have a lot of money, when I'm well established, when I find an amazing job, then I'm going to start doing these things. And so people say,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think it's important not to wait till when we have a large stage. Like everybody has a platform, right? We all
True.
have WhatsApp
Definitely,
statuses, right?
everybody.
Yeah, so I feel like
Yeah.
so far you're on social media, so far you live in a community, you don't live in the jungle, you don't live in the forest, you live with people, you have a platform, and then you can start those conversations, and then to believe in yourself. And
And
I
even
think
if you
also,
live in the
like,
forest, you can speak with the trees.
exactly, right. And to also believe in the
Still
cause that
start
you're fighting
somewhere.
for. Yeah, like, because I think it's also important to believe in what you say, like in what you're fighting for. Because at the root of it, I realize that sometimes there are people that tout the agenda of, oh, I'm fighting for Nigeria, I'm fighting for Africa, or I'm fighting for the world to change, or one form of inequality or injustice fight. They often fight for themselves, right? And then they center
Def.
themselves like in this story. So at the end, it's not even about what they're doing, but so much about themselves. And say, you know
Them.
what, I want to
Yeah.
like so I shoot the focus for myself and say, okay, I want to center on other people like in this story, or center on the cause
Definitely.
that I'm actually working for rather than just it being about myself. So I think that's an amazing recap. And thank you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ife.
Oh my god, the camera.
Okay.
I mistakenly turned my camera. Yeah, so
Right
this
time.
is where we end the conversation tonight.
I don't want to go.
Right, don't worry, let's just go and sleep. We'll do this another day. I'm always trying to find a way to keep it short because I realize that it's just like how TED Talks are
True.
just maximum of 15 to 22 minutes because people's attention span is
Yeah,
short. So you just have to keep it very short and just
definitely.
once someone starts frying plantain on you. All right. So have an amazing night.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much for
much, Ife. You
joining. And thank
too.
you so much to every single person who joined. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I hope you found something useful. Like, so one point or the other that you can pick and say, okay, this is something I can apply. So have an amazing night. Have an
You
amazing
too, please.
night.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me, Ife. Yeah, bye.
Bye. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the conversation tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking with Olachi. I'm going to be talking about colorism. I think I sort of gave an introduction about that before. How somehow there's this preference for being lighter skinned, and now there's even a presumption of intelligence. Like the lighter your skin is, the more intelligent you are. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, and then we're also going to then on Tuesday. I'm excited. I'm going to talk with Ogbeni Dikbo about how to build like influence on social media, but particularly in the context of using that social media influence like to create social good. So I'm going to be talking with Ogbeni Dikbo on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I'm not absolutely sure. I'm going to talk with Rael. Rael is a political scientist living in Sweden, and she has a lot of amazing things to say. So have an amazing night. People, thank you so much for joining. We make doing this worthwhile.